this is why everyone lies. So people lie to gain things that they don't deserve to gain, and they lie to avoid paying a price that they need to pay, which is part of the reason that it's so attractive.
Kind of. It makes you feel bad.
Well, that's because it violates your conscience, right?
Yeah.
So, and your conscience, you could think of your conscience in part as the instinct that calibrates the medium to the long run. So let's say you have to admit that you did something wrong because you're being called on it by your parents and there's going to be trouble, and now you lie and you avoid the trouble. Well, you violate the conscience because the conscience has learned, it's an instinct as well, it's calibrating the medium to long run. And so it knows that you sacrifice the medium to long run for the present. That in your conscience, that's like a definition of what conscience does. It always says to you, you sacrifice the higher to the lower, right? So that's a false sacrifice. That's the kind of sacrifice that Cain makes constantly, and that's why that's why his life goes to hell. You're called upon, imagine there's a hierarchy of value. There's something at the pinnacle. And there always is, because even when you're just looking at a specific object, there's something at the pinnacle. You're always organizing your perceptions and actions around an aim. You're always climbing up a mountain of one form or another. Always, always. The rule is if you're in a hierarchy of value, that you sacrifice what's lower to what's higher. That's the nature of progress. A false sacrifice is the reverse. And conscience will tell you when you're making a false sacrifice, because it says, well, you might have skirted some trouble temporarily, but you're no longer climbing up the proper mountain.